What's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel and welcome to another vlog. And in this vlog I am heading to a place called Chekadi in Kerala, and I'm doing this on these three beautiful bikes along with my friends. So the first one is the Shotgun 650, then we have the Triumph 400X and the Dominar. So I'm going to check out this new place as well as looking at the bike's performance, how they tackle these Wayanad roads. So that's something that I'm going to check out in this vlog. Stay tuned. I'll also be talking about the pros and cons of getting such vehicles in these roads and whether they are highway capable as well, especially the Shotgun, because that's the new member in the team. And apart from that, I think, yeah, it's going to be an interesting vlog because the Shotgun is the one to look out for. This is very new in the group, and also in Telangana, this is in fact the first one. So while we came to Wayanad, I think the winding roads, the ghat roads, that's where it struggled a bit, mainly with the ground clearance. But apart from that, I think on the straight stretches, like the Hyderabad Anantapur road, it performed fabulous. And here you can see the best amongst all these bikes was the Triumph. So the mileage on these bikes was also decent. The Triumph returning around I think 26 kilometers per liter on the highways. The Shotgun was a little bit on the lower side. It returned roughly around 22. Obviously because of the higher cc engine. The Dominar gave me an average of around 25, so that's there. It is, I think, on all the three bikes, roughly around 13 to 14 liters of fuel tank. So the range that you can expect out of a full tank is roughly around 250 to 290 kilometers. So that's there. But again, it also depends on the riding condition, how you maintain the speed. So for the Dominar, and I think we were maintaining a speed of between 100 to 120. And I think that's where the mileage difference is. You can rev it, and hence you can also see that the mileage for the drops. But these bikes are capable of being at speeds between 100 to 120. That's a sweet spot. You can further push it to 140, but again you'll be stressing the engine. So from Chepadi, I think we're going to Coorg. That would be the final destination. There's a waterfall in between. That is what we are going to touch, and also Coorg will be the final destination. So the Triumph is the one that is meant for the off-roads, and I think this is where it shines because of the high ground clearance. I think the one which will slow us down is this fat ass. The main reason is the ground clearance. Cornering capabilities is hampered. Beautiful birds of Wayanad. The landscape is very scenic for Wayanad. And the best thing that you can do while you come to Wayanad is to explore the city on the bikes, because you get to this winding roads, and on the bikes, right, you'll enjoy it because you will be in midst of such greenery. So that's also a good thing. And this is a looker, the Shotgun. If they could have done something, the ground clearance, but again, that might impact the overall dynamics of the bike. Mind you, this is based on the 650 Meteor platform, so hence the low nature of the vehicle. And also, this is doesn't have the down tubing, so that's one more thing that makes it a little lighter than the Meteor. So I think that's where we need to watch out for such things, such roads, especially with the low nature of the frame, the low slung nature of the body. But look at the roads, man! Wow. So these roads are beautiful, scenic. Woohoo! The other thing that you have to watch out for in such roads, because Wayanad is surrounded by forest reserves, especially in such roads, there would be elephants, and you will have enough of signs telling you that there are elephant herds. And then the main thing is that when you're in a herd or a single elephant also is there, right? You need to stop, see whether the elephant is far enough that it's not there closer to the road, so that it's safer to cross. Else, don't do it, because elephants are very territorial and they can charge at any minute, and the speed that they catch up is really fast. So thinking that you have a bike, you can outrun them, that is something that is not suggestible, because say if the elephant is coming from the front, and then to maneuver this bike or to turn this bike in such short roads is something that is a task in itself. So that's something which is there. So you need to make sure that you are not going close to the elephants, and give it some time so that the herd clears the road, and then push on with the journey. So that's something which you need to keep in mind. Else, we have seen a lot of videos where there are multiple instances where the elephant attacks, and especially when it's in a herd, it is even more protective. That's something which is there. Come to Wayanad, Kerala, Ooty, Kotagiri. These are the places where you explore, get into the outskirts, and you get to see such beautiful places which are mostly not touristy, and you can get into such wonderful locations and a site that is worth watching for. So that's there. All you need is a set of two-wheelers, and bike is not something which would make much of a difference. But yeah, if you have a higher cc bike, you might clock the journey in less stress and also in less of time. But again, if you have say a 100 or 150cc bike as well, you can still cover such beautiful stretches. So from here we are heading to Tirunalli, another place. I think that's where the waterfalls are. Yeah, let's check it out. The butterfly. I like the look of the shotgun and how you can convert the rear seat into a single seat but still keep the rack mounted. That's something which is there. Also, you can remove the rack to make it a bomber look. But yeah, that's how it is. So you get chaparis like this who gets intimidated if you're riding in groups. These chaparis, just you pass them and they feel insecure, and they are immature in the thought process that they need to overtake at any cost. And that's the goal, life achievement, is to raise such bikes. I don't know when they will have that maturity that we are going from one destination to another, and it's not something that we need to race. It's not a track that way you have to race every time. Another scenic location. Gold. It's time for some photo shoot. Oh, winding road.
My latest Ducati Scrambler
Why you don't have grip on the shoes? But those are waterproof.
No heel. No waterproof. None of these shoes are waterproof. This is not waterproof. No. But this is for rough terrain. This is not the right shoe to stand on.
Yeah, I mean something where you it might slip.
You need the heel to hold. Pegs. है हम दोनों के पास है. हाँ तो वहाँ बोल के पहन के नहीं आया. ऐसे ही चुपके जाएंगे बोल के. Who knows? It's so beautiful. कहाँ ऊटी लौड़ा लसन ये घूमे नहीं. वहाँ जाते करते. वो और beautiful. और बहुत है. वो जगह है.
वो भी है. बेंड अच्छा रहता उधर.
इधर मूव हो जाएंगे सच. एंड में तुम इधर आके एवरी वीकेंड एक राइड मारता है. मैं फ्री बर्ड मैं तो मूव हो जाता. मेरी बेटी का स्कूल है बोल के अटका हूँ. मैं भी बच्चों का स्कूल बोल के अटका ना.
The responsibilities are kicking in.
They'll always be there. वो खत्म करेंगे वो करेंगे. No, we have best of both worlds now. Why not? ये आते हैं 1 महीने के लिए ऐसा आ जाना. Then you can fucking enjoy it. आता हूँ दिसंबर में आता. यही बाइक रख के पूरा देख लेते हैं.
Or else you can take our bikes if you want.
ये लेके चल जाओ दिसंबर. हाँ तो ये लेके चल जाओ.
So the bikes are performing good. So the Dominar, I think the thing which I didn't like about this is the the low end torque. You need to consistently keep changing the gears, and that's something which is not that pleasant. So as long as if you're in the higher gear, right, then you'll enjoy it. But say third, anything past fourth gear is something that you can't. The bike feels that it needs to shift the gear up. That's there. That one is a torque heavy machine, and you can be in 6th gear comfortably and at speeds which is less than 30. So that's there. And then even the Triumph is something which is a very good vehicle. The torque on that also is more or less the same. I think around 38 Nm or 39 Nm. This is I think 36 Nm, probably 1 or 2 mm difference. But the problem is that this is heavy, around 190 kgs. That is around 180 kgs. First time in a tree house. Time in a tree house, huh? You've been in a tree house? And look at the beauties. So to conclude, 3 bikes, 400cc and a 650cc, very good for the highways, and I'm going to talk about 3 positives and 2 negatives for all these 3 bikes. So let's start with the Dominar. The 3 positives are that it is highway capable, planted on the highways. The extra weight, like 190 kgs, helps to be planted on the highways. Number 2 is that it has everything, like all the accessories, everything is sorted for the bike. You don't have to buy anything additional, like for example the bash plate, the rear top rack, and the windscreen with the provision for the barkbusters. So everything is sorted for that bike. So that's the second best thing. Third thing is that it's affordable, right? So that is something which is there. What I didn't like about the Dominar is that the low end torque is really worst. You need to be on the higher gear, and you need to make sure that you're always revving the vehicle. So that's something which is there. The other thing which I don't like about this bike is, again, probably on the equipment side, doesn't have traction control, and doesn't have all the gimmicks of navigation and Bluetooth connectivity. So that's there. So the Triumph, on the other side of the spectrum, same manufacturer but a different engine, a torquey engine, roughly produces around 39 bhp or 40 ps of power, and the torque also is somewhere around 38 Nm, so which is good. The best thing about that vehicle is that it has the torque is widespread across all the gears, and you can be at lower speeds in those gears. And also other thing which benefits that vehicle is the weight, right? It weighs roughly around 180 kgs with the accessories, but still on the lower side. For a 400cc, that's best. Number 2 which I like about the bike is the high ground clearance, so that's nice. So you can go on highways, go on the boulders, and still be planted. And also for such trails, right, if you're doing some trail riding, that is the ideal bike that you can be on. And the thing which makes the difference further is the show suspension, the raised show suspension. So that's really awesome on trails like this, and it is an added advantage to have that. At the end of the day, it is still a off-roader, but the race suspension and the knobby tires and tubeless tires makes a lot of difference. The thing which I don't like about the bike is, number one is the accessories. I mean, for this bike, though it is mostly accessorized, but there are certain parts that Triumph doesn't give. Like number one is there's a windscreen is missing. You don't Triumph doesn't give that. Number two is that the front mirror adjustment, or the front mirrors are not that great in terms of visibility. So it's better to have a wider mirror. So that's something which is there. Number three is that the accessories for these are really costly, right? So hence people do prefer aftermarket accessories. Like the crash guard is very flimsy for an adventure bike, but it's very thin. So hence my friend put the 3-point crash guard. So that is also there. So that is about the Triumph. Coming to the Shotgun, right? This is the new vehicle in the group. So three best positives is that low end torque is awesome. In fact, torque is everywhere in terms of all the gears, and it does perform very well on the highways. You give a straight stretch of road and it clocks easily 120, 140 without a stress. The best thing, second best thing, is the engine. The pallet twin engine is a gem of an engine. It's very smooth and does the duties of a pallet twin with ease, and it has stock everywhere. So that's the best thing about the engine. The gear slicks also is very smooth. It has roughly generates around 49 bhp, so that's really great. And the torque is also very healthy, so that's something which is there. The other thing which I like about the vehicle is the presence. So amongst all these three bikes, right, the one which stands apart is the Shotgun, right? So that's there. And I think one of the other things which I like about this is the triple navigation ports that limits you to keep the phone on the handlebar. So that's also there. What I don't like about the vehicle is the weight, which is around 240 kgs, and the low ground clearance. But apart from that, I think it checks all the right boxes. Yeah, worth having these three bikes in long tours. I think that was a comparative video, traveling around 900 kilometers from Hyderabad to Wayanad and to this place, and my user experience owning the Dominar as well as riding these two vehicles back to back. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, so please like and subscribe to my channel. This is Kevin signing off, and see you in the next one.